Eyeshield 21. I don't expect a lot of people watching this video to know what Eyeshield 21 is, but if you do, you're special. And if you don't know what Eyeshield 21 is, basically it's the one and only American football anime. This anime came out in spring 2005, and it focuses on the journey of the main character, Sena Kobayakawa's growth from being the shy, bullied zero nobody to him becoming the greatest football player in Japan, Eyeshield 21. And also the journey of his football team, the Daemon Devilbats, and how they must grow, evolve, and change to get to and win the Christmas Bowl, which is the biggest football championship game in Japan. I started Eyeshield 21 when I was in Houston for DreamCon, and as soon as I started watching it, I said to myself, this is something that I'm going to like. Why? They have the typical shonen tropes, the shonen comedy, and the sound effects, bro. Like the Funimation One Piece sound effects, they had that. Hooked instantly, bro, instantly. And also a few personal things about myself. My favorite number is 21. When I was like 16, I was 21 Savage for Halloween. The old niggas at the park was like, hey, you 21 Savage, aren't you? I said, yeah. They was probably thinking, what you know about that, young nigga? I also had NFL dreams when I was younger, much like a lot of young black boys that like to play sports when they were younger, watching the NFL and the NBA. My dad had number 21 when he played college football. And in middle school, I always just wanted to be the fastest. That's the thing about Sena. He's short, but he's the fastest. So he uses speed as his strength to overcome any obstacle. But I don't know if you have seen One Piece, you know, money, clout, girls, whatever the fuck Gold Roger said, bro. Basically, if you were fast at my middle school, you had all of that. And Eyeshield 21 also just has that childhood classic shonen nostalgia with the different tropes, comedy like I said before, characters, and the music. But first, let's talk about the characters. Yoichi Hiroma is the quarterback for the Daemon Devilbats, and he's the reason why everything comes into play. But how the fuck is he not in jail, bro? He literally had Dante and Deadpool levels of guns, bro. Like he had an infinite arsenal, guns on deck. He could just pull them bitches out of nowhere, bro. But his character is just phenomenal, bro. Think of Bakugo from My Hero Academia mixed with Tokuchi Towa from One Outs, if y'all have seen One Outs. If you've seen One Outs, I love you. But basically, he had everyone in the show wrapped around his finger. He would manipulate certain people to do certain things for him with his influence and his nature. As a manipulative, cunning, also very likable strategist. Like, bro, they literally called him Satan and the devil multiple times, bro. Like, he's straight out of hell, bro. He was just him. Next, we have Kurita, who was also a part of the original Daemon football team, along with Yoichi and Musashi, who we're going to talk about. Kurita is the gentle giant, Mr.
Chocolate vanilla swirl with cookie crunch, please.
Sena Kobayakawa, the main character, who's very shy and reserved. You know, he's basically the typical sports anime protagonist that got bullied but finds strength through sports. In this case, it was American football, which he found his strength, which is speed. Then we have Manta, the wide receiver. Originally, he had dreams to play baseball, but after his dreams of baseball got crushed, he put all his strength into catching, into football, and became one of the best wide receivers in all of Japan. Did y'all hear? Y'all heard something? Oh, y'all didn't? Okay, never mind. Next, we have Mamori. She's like the sister type of protective figure of Sena, even though he has his parents. But basically, she didn't even want him to play football, and she doesn't know that he's Eyeshield 21. On some Mamori's. Ah, would you look at that? Good old Sena. What is this? Eyeshield 21. And we also have the Haha brothers. Who the fuck do you think you're yelling at? Togano, Jumanji, and Kuroki. They're a group of reformed delinquents that decided to put down fighting for football because they wanted to gain respect and not just be seen as thugs and punks their whole life. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of the amazing characters that they have in Eyeshield 21. Because there's so much more and the cast is just amazing. The designs are cool. And it's interesting because with Eyeshield 21, you can have somebody that looks like fucking Wreck-It Ralph's cousin one day, and then Sora Jr. from Kingdom Hearts the next day. Thanks to Yusuke Murata, who was the Japanese manga artist for One Punch Man and also Eyeshield 21. I watched the anime, but Eyeshield 21, I could just tell, just from the different manga art and the different, visuals in the manga, I definitely feel like the manga was a more visually stunning experience because just look at this art, bro. Like, I had to look up some of the art, just for this video, but like, it's just amazing, bro. And I really appreciate the designs and the art as well that went into it. With Eyeshield 21 being a sports anime, it's inevitable that they're going to have the typical themes of teamwork and sportsmanship. These themes of teamwork and sportsmanship are pushed even further when the entire Daemon Devilbats football team went on the Death March. which was literally a 2,000-kilometer trek from Texas to Las Vegas in the summer, I think, or right before. I don't know how all of them didn't die of heat strokes and malnourishment, because what the fuck, bro? They pushed a big ass pickup truck, bro, by themselves under Lonely from Texas to Las Vegas, bro. You know how crazy that is? But they did all of that to get stronger for the tournament that they had that was upcoming. Because apparently the Death March, that was like a year's worth of football training in a day on some hyperbolic time chamber shit. And they also went to Vegas to get money to travel back to Japan. Because you know with Hiruma, that nigga just gets his way, bro. He's the devil. As a strategist, he'll always make a way. And like how I said before with Mamori, she will always look out for Senna as that like big sister type of figure. And she will be there to protect him from anything and everything that was dangerous and will put him in harm's way. For example, playing football, which is why he became Eyeshield 21, so that she wouldn't worry about him playing football, because he wanted to be a man on his own and get stronger through football, which I feel like is very beautiful. But eventually he was going to have to tell Mamori that he was Eyeshield 21, even though she shouldn't be fucking clueless. But the great reveal of Senna as Eyeshield 21 was absolutely crazy, bro. You know how like YouTubers, they won't show their face for like their entire career, aka Dream, and when they do,
yo guys, today we're gonna be checking out this Dream video. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh my god, fuck.
You know, you just attack them and roast the shit out of them. This was the complete opposite in Eyeshield 21, and he became even more well known and renowned. But also with it being 145 episodes, I know we're gonna talk about it. With it being 145 episodes, it's almost inevitable that they're going to have good characterization and also dynamics between the characters. For example, Musashi, who was also a member of the original Demon Devil Bats with Kurita and Yoichi. But Musashi had a very strained relationship with his sick father, which is why he quit the football team in the first place. There's also Senna and Mamori, Kuroki, Togano, and Jumanji, Musashi, Hiruma, and Kurita, and just a lot of other characters in the show. Eyeshield 21 just does a great job at establishing these characters well into the show, giving them a lot of depth, and just making the viewer care for them so much as time goes on. Eyeshield 21 is also unique because they include real football lore. I did not expect to see a Michael Vick Atlanta jersey in this bitch, bro. You know how hype I was? I deadass got a Michael Vick jersey for Christmas, bro. I cried. I was like a child with the different clips and trivia that they also included to make the viewer more actively engaged with the sport of football. American football. I also personally thought that it was cool how the teams that Damon faced, their mascots matched how the characters looked. The White Knights, Shin had a spear. The Poseidons were tall as fuck, like a big ass tsunami, bro. It's just very creative and imaginative, even to somebody that's not a child anymore like myself. And I also really love the superpowers that they had in the show. It's definitely a superpower sports anime, but they don't make superpowers the focus. You know, it's a very good football anime in my opinion, but they also just include the superpowers, you know, for the glitz and glamour on some Demon Slayer type shit, you know. And even though it was 145 episodes, which is kind of lengthy, the peak moments, bro, when they had them, it was more than hype.
The ace always wins. Bro, look at this shit. Bro, he Sonic Dash. What? Excuse me. What? I don't believe this shit. I don't believe this shit. Oh no. Oh, oh no. No. He did it. No. Oh my God. No. Oh, he's going. He's going. Oh.
And I also just want to let y'all know a little something, you know. This is a quote-unquote American football anime in every aspect of the word. Everyone please rise for the national anthem. Oh fuck, that's that shit I don't like. Snitch,
Sir, the other national anthem, not that one.
Oh, my apologies, I'm sorry. I'm still new to this. I'm still very new. Yeah, you know what? Let's just play the song instead. Okay, let's play it instead.
アフリカ大陸からはスピード&ジャンプ力が魅力のサバンナサバイバーズ。はぁ？全員同じ顔。
Just, it was just Juneteenth.
誰か捕まえて
In what realm would you see a police shooting a gun in the air if they just saw a robbery? They would just chase him. Like the fuck? Why does he have every gun that you can get in Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege? And how the fuck did he get robbed with a... How you get robbed with your gun, bro? Like, come on. I know he did it on purpose, but like, bro, that's like my aunt. Hey, she never gonna watch this video, so I don't really care. She was like, wait, it won't work. You know there's this thing called a safety on the gun, right? She didn't. And even though I enjoyed Eyeshield 21 immensely and greatly, there were definitely a few flaws that I'd like to talk about as well. But the main thing is just the filler and the bad pacing. So let's talk about it. The slice of life moments and the characterization episodes definitely made me like the cast more. But at some points, I really feel like it took away from the seriousness of it. Cause like, boom, okay, compared to the manga, they may have had slice of life moments, but the manga, I'm pretty sure the manga was more serious and they didn't include Senna still being a wuss. You would expect Senna after 145 episodes to not be afraid of any opponent, any superpower that the opponent had. You would expect it, right? Yeah, that's not the case. And even though it is an anime, bro, when I tell you they would be running on some Usain Bolt, Sonic X Get Out type shit, y'all just watch this and I explain it perfectly, okay? What? 1 yard the gain? Oh, bro, he just ran from Africa to Romania. What the fuck do you mean 1 yard gain? Then again, it is the only American football anime. So any kinks, any problems that it had, I mean, it was the first of its time to do that. You know, it's not really like a complaint type of thing. But I do feel like 145 episodes is dastardly, bro. Slam Dunk had 101 episodes and people were still complaining about how long it was. So imagine an American football anime, which is niche as fuck and is even longer. But imagine if Eyeshield 21 really inspired a new wave and generation of American football anime and maybe manga as well. That would be amazing. That would be just like Slam Dunk with basketball. Also, as far as the pacing and stuff, why the hell did they need to play that many games before they played another tournament that they didn't even finish adapting? Like, I don't understand that. They should have just adapted the console tournament, the rest of it, and maybe the Christmas Bowl, you know? But all in all, Eyeshield 21 was just a grand and amazing, one-of-a-kind American football anime experience. From the powers, to the music, to the characters, to the intensity that the characters had. And after watching it, I will never ever forget Eyeshield 21. And I hope that you don't either. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to become a senpai or senpaiette, the best, most beautiful, inclusive community on YouTube. I thought that I'd do something fun for the 4th, and I thought that this was appropriate, you know, American football anime. But nah, I really just want y'all to have fun with y'all's families, you know, be safe, eat good food, and have a good time with your family, okay? That's what it's all about to me. So yeah, work hard, never give up, and always stay positive, okay? Everything will be fine. Trust me. So I love you, goodbye, and peace.
So now I